Hello students, I welcome you all. This online video lecture is organized for the TYBSc chemistry class. Today we are going to see pesticide formulation and its different types. As in earlier lecture we have seen the different types of pesticides, and hence we are going to see how to formulate it, that is how to prepare that particular pesticides, and we have to see its different types of formulations. Let's start with the pesticide formulation. What is pesticide formulation? This is nothing but these are the mixture of chemical substances like active ingredient and inert ingredient which effectively controls the pest. What is meant by active ingredient? This pesticide consisting of two main parts. First is active ingredient, second is inert ingredient. Active means that particular component is responsible for controlling that pest. And what is inert ingredient? This inert means it is not participating actively, but it supports the active ingredient to control the pest. That is, it is pesticide formulation. It is a combination of chemical substances having active ingredient and inert ingredient to control the pest. Why there is a need of pesticide formulation? Because this formulating a pesticide helps to improve storage of pesticide, then safety handling of pesticide, its application part, that is how to apply it, and effectiveness of the pesticides. These are the importance of formulating a pesticide. Now this pesticide formulation consisting of some important components. First, as we seen that it is a combination of active and inert ingredient. Then this first active ingredient that is helpful to control the target pest. That which particular pest that we have to kill, that depends upon its active ingredient. Then second is carrier. What is the need of carrier? This carrier means these pesticides that needs a certain solvent to apply on the particular plant having pest, that is a carrier that can be the organic solvent. And the third important component, that is the surface active ingredient. This surface active ingredient can be the sticker, binder, spreaders, which helps to formulate the pesticide. And the other ingredients like stabilizers, dyes, that if that particular pesticide it is having color, that is due to the dyes. Then the chemicals to improve the pesticidal activity. There are certain chemicals which are increasing certain biological activity, that is called as other ingredients. This is a simple diagram that showing that is a formulation development, that it is a combination of active ingredient, then it can be solid or liquid, and there is a need of inert ingredient. And what are these inert ingredients? That can be the surfactant, then solvent, emulsifier, the stabilizer, antimicrobial, antifreeze component, pigments, buffer. These are the active ingredient. Means when active ingredient and inert ingredients combines together, there is a formation of, that is a pesticide formulation, that is a commercial product which is useful for the pesticide. That is a homogeneous and stable mixture of two components like active and inert ingredient, which make the final product simple, safer, and more effective to apply to the target pest on the crop plant. That is called as a pesticide formulation. There are different abbreviations for pesticide formulation. In the particular farm that pesticides are used, and that pesticides bottle, these are having different abbreviations. Let's see what are these different abbreviation and its meaning. The first abbreviation, that is WS. That W indicates water, S soluble. Means that particular pesticide it is soluble in water, and hence it is having the abbreviation WS. Next, that is a WSL, that is water soluble liquid. Means that particular component it is soluble in water, and that pesticide it is in liquid form, and hence its name is water soluble liquid. LC. What is LC? LC is nothing but liquid concentrate. Then WP, this is a vegetable powder. Means there are certain pesticides which are having that dry or solid components, and that can be the powder or amorphous form, and hence its name is vegetable powder. EC, that is emulsifiable concentrate. What is emulsion? Emulsion is nothing but whenever these two liquids like organic and that is aqueous liquid or aqueous solvent, this doesn't mix together, but there are certain components which are increasing the solubility of organic component into aqueous component, and that particular component, these are called as a emulsifying agent. Like in day to day life we are using detergent. It is the best example of emulsion. How this emulsion, that is, it is a combination of that is sodium or potassium hydroxide of that is a long chain fatty acid, and when this long chain, it is a non-polar part, and that is a polar part, that is carboxylate ion of sodium or potassium, that is a polar form, and this combination, it is called as a emulsion or emulsifying agent, that is specifically called as a surface active agents. Then WSG. What is WSG? It is a water soluble granules. These pesticides can be in the granule form and which are water soluble, and hence its name is given WSG, water soluble granules. Next is DS, that is a soluble dust. What is this dust? If the size of that particular pesticide, it is very small, that is, it is in the very powdered form, then it is called as a soluble dust, which is easily soluble. Next is LO. This L stands for low, O, that is odor, that is low odor formulator. It is an abbreviation given for the LO. Now we will see the next, that is how they are classified, that is a classification of pesticide formulation. These are mainly classified into 5 types. First is solution, then suspension, emulsion, liquid formulation, dry or solid formulation. These are the main classes of pesticide formulation. Now we will see that is the first type, solution. These all terms that you are very familiar with this, but we will see in detail again. These types of pesticide formulation, that is solution. What is a solution? Solution is nothing but when substance dissolves completely in a liquid. When that solute completely dissolves in a liquid and there is a clear solution, there is called as a solution. Then suspension. What is suspension? When the solid particles, they are dispersed in a liquid. Means some of the time that solute doesn't completely dissolve in a liquid, at that time there is a formation of suspension. Third is emulsion. Emulsion is that when one liquid is dispersed, that is this emulsion, this oil and water, there is a formation of emulsifying component, and these are increasing the solubility of organic component into the water component, that is called as a emulsion. Next is liquid formulation. Liquid formulation means these components or these chemical components, they are mixed with liquid or water, that is called as a liquid formulation. And the last type, that is a dry formulation. These dry formulations means they can be directly used, that is called as a ready to use, or they are in the concentrated form, and when they are in concentrated form, this should be diluted with the help of water, that is called as a dry formulation. Now we will see the basic difference between solution and suspension. As in chemical laboratory, we are performing different experiments, and these terms like solution and suspension, that you are familiar. Now we will see the difference between solution and suspension. This solution, it is a homogeneous. Why it is a homogeneous? Because that solute get completely dissolved and there is a no, that is a solute particle, they are suspended, and hence there is a homogeneous mixture, and hence the solution, it is a homogeneous form, while this suspension, it is not a homogeneous. Why it is not homogeneous? Because these solute particles, they are suspended in that solvent, and hence that suspension is not a homogeneous. The second different part is, that is comparison part is, when a solution is filtered, no residue particles are left on the filter paper. If we start with the simple example, that is, if that sugar or that glucose is dissolved in water, what happens? This sugar get completely dissolved in water, and if we filter that sugar solution, what we observe, that this sugar which is completely dissolved in water, when it is filtered, there is no residue, that is there is no sugar particles which are on the filter paper. That is it is a solution. And what is a suspension? This suspension is when suspension is filtered, the insoluble solid particles are left behind on the filter paper. Means we are getting the solid particles above the filter paper, and there is a formation of filtrate also. Means this is called as a suspension. And the next to that is, when a solution is left to stand, if we allow that particular filtrate to stand for some time, the solute does not separate from the solvent. Means we are not again getting that sugar particle, that example we have seen, from the solvent. Means it doesn't separate from the solvent because it is a formation of homogeneous mixture. But in case of suspension, what happens? When the suspension is left to stand, when it is allowed to stand for some time, the insoluble solids that settle down to the bottom of container, that is called as a suspension. Now we are going to see the third type, that is a emulsion. These emulsions we are using in day-to-day life. That is a pesticides, ice cream, that is the best example of emulsion. Then skin cream. These emulsion, that is they are mainly of two types, that is water in oil and oil in water, that we have already studied in the SY class. Means these emulsions, these are used in everyday life. These emulsions consisting of two immiscible liquids. Immiscible means which are not completely soluble or miscible. That is called as an emulsion consisting of two immiscible liquid. We can take the simple example, organic solvent and water. If we dissolve chloroform, that is a organic solvent, and water, that is a aqueous solvent, and if we mix these two layers or two liquids, there is no mixing of that two liquids, that is there is a formation of two immiscible liquids, and one of which is uniformly dispersed throughout the other as fine droplets, normally of diameter 0.1 to 100 micrometer. These emulsion at least have two phases, that can be disperse or internal phase, continuous or external phase. This is about the pesticide formulation that we have seen. These pesticides, they are mainly available in the form of, that is a solution, suspension, emulsion, then liquid formulation, and last, that is we have seen dry or solid formulation. This is about how to formulate any pesticides. In the next lecture, we are going to see, that is about biopesticides. Thank you all of you.